Hello and welcome to the May edition of Extra. I'm Joanne Hines. My co-anchor Georgia Lash is away on spring break. Here at Extra, we bring you expanded coverage of recently broadcast features from Sun City News. Our first story to share is about a new event that very quickly became a favorite of SCTV. The Volunteer Development Board-appointed committee organized Sun City's first volunteer fair. So many organizations, so many ways Sun City residents can contribute. In our Sun City TV news, we had a chance to introduce you to some of the key players and organizations from inside and outside Sun City. In Extra, meet more of the wonderful people and the organizations you may have missed.
I'm Georgia Lash here at Pinckney Hall for the inaugural Volunteer Fair. So many people with so much talent, energy, and expertise that they can share. Let's check out the diverse opportunities with which they'll be able to do that. I'm here with Elisa Passament. Elisa, you are with the Leadership Development Board-appointed committee here at Sun City.
That's correct.
Now, when you began to conceive of this particular project for today, what were you hoping to accomplish with this?
We were hoping to get individuals within Sun City to realize that there are multiple ways to volunteer in the community. There is, of course, the board-appointed committees and the things that are inside, but there's also this wonderful community that exists around us that each one of us gets to enjoy. And so we thought people would want to give back.
Now, it's pretty early in the day here, but if you look around, how pleased are you with what you were hoping to accomplish?
We are delighted. The residents are turning out. We are so excited about the number of nonprofit organizations that showed up. This has just been way beyond our expectations, but we really believe that it is something that all of us needed.
Now, I read in the Bluffton Today this week a comment that you made, and it was about, you know we're here helping the organizations, but you took a little different look at this. You talked about how it helps us. Can you just reference that again?
Well, not as a direct quote, but I'll tell you that what I really, truly believe is that when folks volunteer, it makes them feel good about themselves, and at the same time, they take pride in what they do. They take pride in the community in which they live, and that pride then is shown throughout the area. It is not centered or located only in Sun City. All of us benefit from that. As the saying goes, all boats rise. When you do something beautiful, your heart rises, and so does everybody else in the community.
Well, thank you so much. I can't even imagine how many hours you've put into this. Anything else you want to share with us?
I just wanted to thank all of the nonprofits who came here today. Thank you for having faith in us that we would be able to partner you with beautiful people within the walls of Sun City. So thank you very much, everyone.
I'm here with Ron Gray, who serves on our Leadership Development Board appointed committee, and you also serve on the Greater Bluffton Chamber of Commerce.
Correct.
Now, I understand you were instrumental in procuring these outside organizations that are here today. How satisfied are you with your results?
Well, I'm pleased with what you see here today. I've been with the Chamber for about 7 years, and the nonprofits there all say, boy, we'd love to have the opportunity to have access to the talent of the Sun City residents. So here we are.
How many are here today?
Well, we have 40, and we had to shut it down for space reasons. So we have 10 or 11 internal opportunities for volunteers. And it takes a village to run a village, so we have opportunities internally. But we have 40 nonprofits from the community. So we see it as not just Sun City community, we're part of a bigger community.
That's right.
So this is a win-win. I really feel that when people volunteer, they can enrich their lives, help the community, and they help themselves. You give back, you get a lot back when you give. So win-win.
That's right, and I think you've said it best. Win-win situation. I think we'll have a lot of happy people leaving today, feeling good about this and about themselves.
Well, and it's good that you guys are here too. You do such a great job, and I know you have a table looking for volunteers also.
Thank you for mentioning that, and you're welcome to join us. I'm here with Sally Hogue from God's Goods. Sally, tell us about what God's Goods is all about.
Well, first of all, God's Goods is a thrift store. The difference with us is we have now probably over 325 volunteers, yes, and we're one big family, and we don't have to stress much because working in this community, we found that we are not in charge of the store. We are not. It's God's Goods, and that's what it means. It is God's Goods, and we have actually miracles in that store sometimes. A person will be in need of a certain thing that we haven't even had in the store. And it happens, and about an hour later, bingo, somebody donates to us. So it's very, it's exciting, and it just feels right for all of us, really.
Now, for any new person in Sun City who walks in today,
yes,
if they become one of your volunteers, how many other Sun City people are they going to be joined with?
Well, there are already quite a few Sun City people who are volunteering, and it just makes it better for them. They'll get to know more.
Now, am I telling a wrong story? I heard 200 some volunteers from Sun City?
No, I don't believe.
Okay.
A total of 325, and that includes the whole community.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how much time does an average volunteer spend in a week?
We love to have them be on one day for 4 hours. If they can give us that, eventually they like it so much that they come and do 2 days and 4 hours, and so it makes like an 8-hour week for them.
Well, thank you. I hope you have wonderful luck today.
Thank
securing
you.
more
I really
people.
appreciate you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Nancy Smith. I live on Vespers here in Sun City, and I'm with the GFWC Women's League of the Low Country, and we were looking for people that could help us as well as we could help them. So we found the Coast Guard, which could possibly help some of the boys at the Boys and Girls Club of Ridgeland, which is going to be our project for 2019-20.
I'm Kathy Ricardo, and I live in the Blue Heron neighborhood on Bailey Lane. And I came here today to look for an opportunity to join some organization. And I found such friendly people for the Sun City TV, so I think that might be one of my choices.
I'm here with David Green, Director of Business Development for Osprey Village. Tell us about what Osprey Village means.
Okay. Osprey Village is a nonprofit that was founded in 2008 to provide housing and support services for adults with special needs and their aging caregivers. So the idea is we want to develop what's called a neighborhood with a purpose to support these adults. We've got 25 acres of land that was donated to us out across from Oldfield in the East Argent development. The developers there thought that we were such a worthy project that they gave us this land. And so we're going to develop the neighborhood there. We're waiting for the roadway to be built back in. Hopefully by the end of the summer we'll be able to go back and see what it was we actually got donated to us.
This
and
is
then
big.
Next year, potentially we could break ground and move on.
Excellent, excellent. Now, you have a team of volunteers.
We do.
And they have a source of funding is your thrift shop?
Right, we have actually 2 thrift stores. We've got the one here in Okatee across from the Church of the Palms at the intersection of 170 and Argent Boulevard. So if you've gone by there, you've seen the gas station they tore down. They're building a new one. We're right next door to that. That's been up and running since April 2011, and there's so many Sun City volunteers are part of that. I don't know what we'd do without them, because that's really helped us through the lean times when we've been trying to develop this concept. Because really, we're pioneers in this idea, and it's something that we think can be a new paradigm for how people with disabilities, whether it's autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, or other disabilities, how they can live more independently but still maintain connections to their family and their friends and the neighbors.
Now, this sounds like a big project, but made up of a lot of people's contributions.
Right.
So on average, what's the contribution time that a volunteer is going to spend?
Well, we've got folks like Marion, who's here with us today. She spends 3 days a week working in it. We've got others who may come in for just a few hours a week at our thrift store volunteering. And we also have a second store over on the island, the old bowling center on Main Street there. We just opened that up 2 years ago. But along with that, we've got board members, about a dozen or so, that are volunteering their time. We've got a gentleman who's a land planner and landscape architect who's helping do our land plan. We've got a gentleman who's head of a local real estate firm who's our board president. So all these people are utilizing their talents to help move this project forward, and really, I don't know what we'd do without them.
One organization with many Sun City volunteers is the Coast Guard Auxiliary. Our Sun City TV news crew joined them on Coast Guard Appreciation Day at Harbortown in Sea Pines. The highlight was the helicopter search and rescue operation just off Harbortown Marina.
We are here on a beautiful spring day at the Sea Pines Harbortown Marina Spring Fest. And today we have on hand the Coast Guard Auxiliary, and I'm talking to Commander John Hanfield. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Doug.
And tell us about this event.
Well, the Spring Fest is, they have it for the spring and fall. Sea Pines puts it on to basically thank the people. They have sidewalk sale and a lot of children activities. Great concert with these guys. A couple years ago, I asked Rob Bender, who's the director here, if the auxiliary, we could tie into it and do an information tent. And my intent was, when we put the exhibit into the lighthouse, that we would be here and then have a Coast Guard Appreciation Day. And that's what we're here for today.
And this is the second annual Appreciation Day.
That's correct. What we have found, even among the Coast Guard active duty, the enthusiasm of the exhibit is just phenomenal. The addition of the Eagle has just added a whole nother dimension. And I have been in the lighthouse when people from around the country who used to be in the Coast Guard have viewed the exhibit. They're excited to see that.
And tell us, you're going to have a dedication later today in the museum. And what exactly is the Eagle, and what's the dedication all about?
Eagle is probably one of the greatest sailing ships. This is the 75th year for the Eagle with the Coast Guard. It's a training vessel. It was a war prize from Germany that we got after World War II. And it was just in Savannah, in fact, at the St. Patrick's Day celebration. Great, great ship. But they use it for training officers and cadets. They do it all the old way. They unfurl the sails themselves, they pull the lines, they do all the navigation by the stars. Nothing is mobilized. They have that capability, but it's a training vessel.
Well, excellent. And tell us a little bit about what else may be in the museum. Well, the museum is inside the famous Harbortown Lighthouse.
Well, last year, after a 3-year project, we installed a Coast Guard exhibit on 3 levels. And it's the only Coast Guard historical exhibit anywhere other than the Coast Guard Academy. Then Captain Branch, Captain Marshall Branch, he was commander at the air station, gave me the Eagle as a prize, present, whatever you want to call it. And it had been in the air station since 1989 when it was built by 7 pilots. I was kind of shocked to get it. But he knew where I was going to put it. And we finally, December 6th, got it in there after 8 months of refurbishing, repairing masts, repairing yard arms, the rigging. We had to strip it to move it. And I had 3 cadets from the academy help me move it from the air station. I was probably the only one that thought we'd get it into the light station, into the lighthouse. And it was a real project hoisting it up. It's about 350 plus pounds, 16 feet long, 9 feet high. And it was, in fact, one of our fellows actually had equipment to cut it in half. And
so he was ready to go.
He was ready to go because they all thought it would not go in. And if we got it in, how are we going to get it up top? So
yeah, we have some video of that. It's a very impressive operation.
It's phenomenal.
And I understand you're a Sun City resident. And tell us about the volunteer efforts of Sun City people in the auxiliary.
Well, we have 55 members right now in Hilton Head Bluffton Flotilla. 19 are from Sun City. We have 16 officers in the auxiliary covering everything from finance, as far as our treasurer, to public affairs and so on. Out of those 16, 10 of them live in Sun City. So we have a real active group of 19 people in Sun City that are very involved. Most of the people here today, I'd say 75% are from Sun City.
We are here at Calabogie Sound looking at a simulated search and rescue mission. What you see in the distance beyond the sailboat is a Coast Guard helicopter manned by a trained diving team to actually go into the water, retrieve the victims, and then hover over a Coast Guard boat and actually lower them into the boat. What we're witnessing here is a U.S. Coast Guard helicopter with trained divers aboard. They run these training missions 2 to 4 times a week, night or day, and regardless of the weather. The Coast Guard Auxiliary here at Hilton Head and Bluffton actually is responsible for 65% or so of the training missions for this type of operation. We're about to see a diver go in the water from the helicopter, and then it will coordinate with a search and rescue boat. Helicopter is lowering. Into the water. Now we're clearing for you can see in the background the bobbing head here of the diver and the Coast Guard boat in the background. Yeah. All right. We now witness the setting off of a red flare indicating the position of the person whom they are trying to rescue in this exercise. Helicopter is circling to come around for another flyby. The key to these search and rescue missions, obviously, is a highly coordinated effort between diving team, helicopter pilots, and the personnel on the Coast Guard ship. This is just one of many functions the auxiliary performs, as it is authorized to do anything that the regular duty Coast Guard can do. And the helicopter approaches slowly again. They're going to throw down the pickup gear. Now the helicopter crew is slowly lowering the strap, which we will go around the diver and bring him back up to safety in the hovering helicopter. He's got the strap around him, and now we'll watch them hoist him up into the helicopter. There he goes. Mission accomplished.
The Sun City TV crew was back on the course at RBC Heritage Golf Classic. The story was not just the golfers, but our Sun City RBC volunteers who make this classic possible.
We are at Harbortown for the opening day of the Heritage. Once again, we have a Chamber of Commerce day, breezy and clear and about 70 degrees. Behind me, you can see players on the putting green getting ready to tee off, as well as the iconic clubhouse and the activities attendant to a great golf tournament. Today, we're going to talk to people about volunteering. We're going to ask Sir Willie, what does he do to top the 50th anniversary celebration of last year? We're going to talk about all the activities we have here at the Heritage and how Sun City supports this tournament and the charities for which it is responsible. Let's take a look. All right, we're here with Sun City resident Bob Heisey, who's a volunteer here. We're on the 9th hole. He operates the ShotLink equipment. And how long have you been doing this?
It's my 4th year.
And you went through a lot of training for this, I assume.
Yeah, more intense training this year, the new equipment and everything. Yeah.
Okay, and exactly what do you measure?
Distance of the drive.
And also the closeness to the pin on the second shot?
If we can read it, usually there's another laser shot people on the green. They use a tablet and they measure the green shots.
All right, well, thank you for your time. Get back to work.
All right, yeah, I need to.
All right, we're sitting in the volunteer appreciation tent with Sun City resident Mike Morris. Hey, Mike.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. Looks like you're having a great lunch here.
I am.
And what?
Finished my shift.
Okay, and what's your volunteer? What's your duty?
I am a marshal on hole 11, doing this for my 4th year.
Well, that's great. What got you out here to volunteer in the first place?
It was on my bucket list. I thought, well, you know, once I moved down here, I always watched this on TV. I thought that'd be something I'd like to try. So.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. And what else do you do in Sun City?
Very involved with the Sun City Chorus. I'm the vice president right now. We have a concert coming up Mother's Day weekend. Plug away for that. I play golf. I also belong to the wood shop, Irish Heritage. You know, we don't sit around in Sun City.
Sounds like you're living it to the fullest. Well, we appreciate your time. Go back and enjoy your lunch.
Thank you very much.
We're at the Volunteer Appreciation Tent where Al and Roseanne Loney, Sun City residents, are about to partake of some lunch, I think. And Al, tell me about what you do here at the tournament.
We work at the Patriots Outpost. They're just checking military IDs for people that come in, they're active or retired duty.
And what does the outpost do exactly?
I provide refreshments for the military personnel that come to the tournament.
Both active duty and retired?
Yes.
Okay, great. Roseanne, how long have you been a volunteer?
This is our 1st year.
Oh, great. And what are you doing?
Military outpost tent also.
Okay. Did you get a chance to see any of the golf?
Not yet. We're going to do that today.
Okay. Are you both of you golfers?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that, but we play it.
You play golf. I get that. Okay. Well, thanks for speaking with us. Enjoy the tournament, and thanks for volunteering.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
We're watching one of the featured groups of the day with Jim Furyk, Stuart Sink, and Adam Long, whose grandparents live in Sun City, and he is 1 under par, while the big boys are even, and this is their 18th hole of the day, the 9th hole at Harbortown. Let's watch Adam put it next to the pin.
That's Extra for May. I'm Joanne Hines. Please check out the program guide and Sunsations for our other Sun City TV monthly shows. And thank you for watching. Please join us again next month as we bring you extra coverage of stories and features from Sun City News.